2nd and 9 at the 46. On the draw to Allstott, he's got running room. Mike Allstott brought down by Ricardo McDonald, but a first down into Tampa Bay, into Chicago territory, to the Bears' 41-yard line.
That's a nice job up front. George Diaz with a nice block, 64, and then Allstott's able to get to that second level. Paul Gruber over there on the left side, that left offensive tackle, getting a nice push, and it's just a draw. And you kind of let everybody go where they're going to go.
Look at what they've done today. Dunn and Allstott averaging 52.5 yards between them in the first 2 games, 116 today. So you are so right about the running game finally clicking for the Bucs. First down at the 41. Play action. Looking for an open receiver is Dilfer. Doesn't find it and runs out of bounds.
That was good coverage. He was trying to hit Dave Moore. Sean Harris was able to jump that coverage. Moore's the tight end. He's going to come down. He's going to try to work back outside. They'll go play action and try to get your linebackers to bite. See, but he did. And then right here, that looks like it's Marty Carter. Sean Harris is back underneath. There's nowhere to go with that ball. So he's looking for him hard right there. That was Barry Minner underneath. And then the other one was Marty Carter. There was no place to go, and he had to eat it.
2nd down and 8. On the Bears 39. And they give the ball to Warwick Dunn. And Dunn, playing his best game by far, gets the first down to the Bears 30-yard line. Tony Parrish making the tackle, and Allstott and Dunn. That's the way they ran last year for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, what he's doing right now is he's running patiently. You see right there, just that little stop and go. He's able to slide his hips to the right and able to pick his hole. John Riggins, who I've gotten to know very well, always calls that the point of patience for a running back. Yes, you're fast, but it's not always hitting at full speed. When you're going to get a 9.5-yard average, you have to have patience.
First down, and here is Dunn again. And it seems as if the Bear defense has worn down somewhat here in the second half, thanks to the pounding by both Dunn, the end around plays, the long run by Dunn, and of course Allstott into the line.
Those have been some nice calls by Mike Shuley here in the second half, their offensive coordinator. He knows once you're going to have to start loading up to stop that running game and commit people, and you can see him right there. Once that happens, you just work off of it and make that be used against you as a defense.
The difference in time of possession is stark. Bears had it in the first half, Buccaneers dominating in the second. Second down, and the pass caught by Anthony, and Anthony appears to have another first down, maybe close to the mark. Let's see if they'll have to measure.
I think it looks like this Tampa Bay offense woke up in week 3. All week in practice, they said they practiced finally with a sense of urgency. And in speaking to Dilfer, he said, you know, that kind of makes me mad, because if it took 2 losses for us to get urgent, then our heads weren't on right. We needed to be urgent from week 1.
And they weren't, and they should have been against 2 divisional teams, especially one that they tried to get over the hump against, Green Bay. 3rd down and 1. On the 20-yard line, double tight ends, and Allstott gets the first down, and Moore inside the 10 and driving toward the goal line out of bounds. And this crowd loving the second half exhibition. Gain of 18.
Well, and it doesn't get done with the big man unless these guys up front get the job done. Nice job by Tony Mayberry. Great job by Lorenzo Neal. And then a good job of running with your eyes by Allstott, able to cut it back outside. Lorenzo Neal is one of those guys, it's like having a guard in the backfield, because he's another big body, and he comes in there with a lot of force.
What a gritty, gutty effort in the second half by the Buccaneers, who are back to their form of a year ago. First and goal at the 2. And here's Allstott. And not that time, John Theory tackles him from behind. So the Buccaneers playing well, and that has to bring a lot of smiles to Malcolm Glazier, the owner and president of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who is behind the efforts to get a new stadium here. This game is sold out, and this stadium will be sold out from now on, where it was hardly ever sold out in the old stadium.
Dick, I got to tell you, this place is gorgeous. And not only is it a beautiful state-of-the-art stadium, it's got a little bit of not done yet in it, which means it's going to be that much better.
Right. Second and goal at the 2-yard line with under 6 minutes remaining. And finally, a timeout called by the Buccaneers. That's their second timeout, but they're in front by 6 and in command.
You know, that's the way it is in the National Football League. In the first half, Mike Allstott fumbled. They wouldn't even give him a drink. In the second half, he gets his own personal valet right here. You see, he's so hot they got to cool him off. That's Tyoka Jackson. He knows a good thing when he sees it.
You've got to protect and make comfortable your meal ticket.
Absolutely.
Second and goal at the 2. Allstott and Neal are the backs. And here is Allstott trying to get over and unable to do so as he is stopped shy of the goal by...
I'll tell you what, that Lorenzo Neal came up, and there must have been a loose ball, maybe. If not, Lorenzo...
Touchdown. It's a touchdown.
He wanted it so bad, he just kept on going. I'll tell you the thing about Mike Allstott.
They never blew the whistle.
He's got the slowest whistles in the National Football League. He just kept on churning, and you never heard a whistle.
They never blew it. It looked like he had been stopped 2, 3, 4 times.
There wasn't. Oh, it came loose. Oh, then he just kept on going.
It was the 4th wave that got him over.
Look at Lorenzo Neal. A former NCAA wrestler. He wanted something.
Does he want to be involved or what?
I think he does, as does Malcolm Glazier.
So the touchdown giving the Bucs a 27-15 lead. And again, they're going for the 2-point conversion. They are 1 of 2 in 2-point conversions today. And this pass broken up, intended, losing the helmet again, was Warwick Dunn, and it was Marty Carter who provided the crunch.
Hey, Warwick Dunn better get a new chin strap or something for that helmet, because it keeps on popping off.
Well, it's 27-15 and 27 unanswered points by the Buccaneers with 5:44 to go in the 4th quarter in a shocking turnaround, but to the delight of this capacity crowd. Well, this week on Saturday baseball, the regular season comes to an end. Mets go against the Braves. They're trying to be the wild card in the National League. Sammy Sosa and the Cubs, they go to Houston. They're chasing their own wild card hopes. Coming up on Fox Saturday baseball. Well, Tampa Bay has had the ball 4 times in the second half, and they have scored on all 4 occasions and lead by 12 with 5:44 remaining.
The Bears right now could use some Sammy Sosa power. Just like Allstott is sucking all the oxygen out of that pirate ship's sails.
That's true. This is quite a symbol of this new stadium. They have new colors. Remember last year they went to pewter and red, got rid of the old orange. So new look, new everything here in Tampa. And got to remind you that we've had 4 turnovers, but only 1 resulting in a score. And that was the fumble by Conway, in which he was hit by Nickerson, and Tampa Bay ran it in for the touchdown finally. Glenn Milburn in the end zone returning for the Bears, who need 2 scores to pull this one out. But again, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with tremendous coverage on teams in the second half.
Remember I talked about the slow whistle? I want you to listen. This is the slowest whistle you're going to hear. See, that thing came well after he was stopped and well after his momentum stopped. But remember, the ball came loose in between, and then the scrum came, and they gave him the 6 points.
Bears with a first down on the 17-yard line. Conway in motion toward the line. Eric Kramer goes underneath to Curtis Enos, and all of a sudden the Bears can't rely on the run that much anymore.
Yeah, well,
They've got to
that
throw.
part's fine, but you know, you can't continue to throw short all day long. And you have your weapon back, and you're getting some time. And now, I will say this. The Tampa Bay is not going to let you get deep on them. They're going to stay back. But with that speed of Curtis Conway, you have to force that cushion.
2nd and 5, 3 wide receivers for the Bears. They swing it out to Enos, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down. Bears, who were so impressive in the first half, although they did stall on 2 turnovers offensively, but in the second half, 2 punts and a fumble.
Look at that thing.
10 plays, right.
10 plays, and look at that average right there. That's not good either.
And the defense wearing down against the running of the Bucs.
Well, I mean, now you have to throw. But he better put a no. Let me tell you something. He better sniff Curtis Conway here. He's got to get the ball to him.
3rd down and 5.
This is him right in the slot.
And Kramer trying to get it to Edgar Bennett, again going underneath.
It's a nice job. Did you see what they did? See, the Bucs know also that you have to get the ball to Curtis Conway, so Rondé Barber jumped right in his face.
And Jeff Jager, who is replacing the injured Todd Sauerbrunn, who suffered a sprained knee, will be kicking to Carl Williams with 4:44 to go in the 4th quarter. First half was all Bears, second half all Bucs, and Jager slips and falls down, but as a place kicker didn't do a bad job of punting to midfield.
Watch Rondé Barber right up top. He knows that you can't let this man make a play, so he does a great job of getting his hands, and a couple of hands on, maybe held him a little bit, but that's good defense. And then Jeff Jager, who doesn't, he's punting like he's kicking a field goal.
27-yarder.
In the words of Austin Powers, the international man of mystery, he shanked it, baby. Shanked it rotten.
That's exactly how Austin would have said it.
That's right.
Well,
it's the 2nd shank of the day.
Dilfer coming out. The Bucs have the ball in Bears territory at the 49-yard line.
They're working on Carl Williams there. Looks like a cramp. Calf cramp.
For Rob Thomas, 10-year veteran who was signed this week when Green went out. There is Rob Thomas, who played with the Buccaneers last year. He and Horace Copeland no longer with the team, but Thomas back for this one. First down at the 49-yard line, and the Bears start having to think about getting 2 scores in a short period of time, if it's only 2 scores when they get the ball back.
If they're going to get any scores, they have to push the ball down the field. They have to push it more than 5 and 7 yards. You got to push it down the field. Chidi Ahanatu, he's really turned himself into a nice game today.
Yes, he has. The entire defense has, really, especially in the second half. First down on the 49 of the Bears. Here is Lorenzo Neal getting a carry and finally getting involved and picks up a yard. Well, let's take a look at the NFC Central Division standings. Earlier today, the Packers and the Vikings both won their 3rd straight game. Bears, Bucs, and Lions have yet to win, so this would be a big victory for whoever would get it, because they still would be trailing by a couple of games.
That looks like the haves and the have-nots.
Exactly.
And I do believe that you're going to, regardless if Brad Johnson's not in there in Minnesota, they're still going to continue to score a lot of points. They put a lot of pressure on your coverage. And then I think that this Tampa Bay team, they continue to play like they did here in the second half. They're going to get their share of wins.
You know, you mentioned even without Brad Johnson in there, Randall Cunningham doing a fine job today, but the debut of Charlie Batch, the rookie quarterback for the Detroit Lions.
But, you know, Dick, you kind of could sense that it was Scott Mitchell was on some thin ice up there, because not the greatest leader of all time, you know. And I think they'll open Charlie Batch. They'll welcome him with open arms.
So you think the Lions can respond to him?
Well, they're going to have to, because I think they made a decision that they're going to stick with. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Scott Mitchell anymore.
Bears called the timeout, their first of the second half. 2nd down and 10.